Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, honor, I want to give all glory, honors, and praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushai by Hashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone for teaching this truth time and time again, showing us to be men of the Lord. The Wadi Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushai by Hashem, Rakakwadash. And I'm the brother Thaha Wam. And I was on a brother put an article on the chat, and I looked more in it because it was a small a small article, but it was interesting just on seeing these tactics of Esau. So this is the article. Jim Crow, this is by the Daily Beast. Jim Crow, but it's on any news site. You can just look up the article. Jim Crow of 2023. Jim Crow is resurrected in Mississippi. Did wokeness do this? This is what the state is moving to create a white-controlled district in an overwhelming black city with unelected officials, judges, and prosecutors. Kali Holloway, published the 27th. Early this February 27th, 2023. Early this month, white representatives in Mississippi House approved a bill to create a new district that includes all of the majority white neighborhoods in Jackson, a capital city that is 83% black. This includes creating a criminal justice system for the district overseen by all white power base. And you know how they were how righteous they have been judging these matters. And under House Bill 1020, the white conservative Chief Justice of the Mississippi Supreme Court would handpick the new district. 2 supervising judges and prosecutors. Public defendants would be chosen by the state white Republican Authority General. And the zone would be policed by a expanding Capitol Police Force led by the current white police chief, supervised by the state white Public Safety Commission. So you already know it's more of a bias, but this is nothing new. It's nothing new under the sun. They have been doing this, which is how they created these world ghettos and how they doing certain things. See, on usually a district is not. This is how you know that the democratic system has failed, because they have your vote really doesn't matter. So if they're doing this, even if percentage of 83% of black, which is so-called black, this is Israelite city, 83% of them, but their vote wouldn't even matter, because how that saying, like how that you saying you were 3/5 of a human being, or like when in the slavery Ku Klux Klan days, when the Democrats actually used to do this, it would be this term called gerrymandering. Explain the practice have been a thorn on the side of Democrats for centuries, with the new round of redistricting and threatening ever. See, when you gerrymander, it's spelled Gerrymandering. When you do this, you're just, instead of doing it, you're doing it by area, not even by a land, like depending on the population or what type of people you're grouping people. The accuser of the brother, and they're categorizing a situation so they can be in control, making your vote be less than what it is, because and they're saying they're bringing back these Jim Crow laws. What are Jim Crow laws? These are laws. Jim Crow laws were collected of the state and local statutes that legalized radical segregation, named after black minstrel shows, which is those were the commercials back in the day. Characters of law which exist for separating, meaning like the white side of the people, but white can drink one side, the blacks can drink one side. But we still govern. Like, these laws is just causing racial segregation. But what these guys are trying to do is put a system together that even if they're losing in numbers and power and everything, they're still going to have the majority vote, counting your vote, nothing. So you Israelites have been trusting in this man, but what have the Lord been saying? He gave us the advice on how these devils is, and we should never trust them. So let me get that real quick, and then I'm gonna get into these scriptures more. But this is Sirach chapter 12, verse 13. Never trust thy enemy, for like iron rusteth, so of his wickedness. So our people gave up everything, doing all the system, getting, they say, building a community here. That's why the Lord said we don't have no continuing city here. Voting, trusting on these devils, like we get the right people in caring, that once we get set and our foundation, our numbers up, that we're going to be able to be counted equal with them. And now they're showing them that it's not about equality. It's about them being in control. Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so of his wickedness. Though he humble himself, saying, you guys have the right to vote. Your vote matters. But then now they're put up people in charge of the criminal system, which they've been killing our people for decades, hundreds of years. But with the court system for decades mostly, right after slavery was used to just get you niggas enslaved. That's what the criminal said. And we had chance. It was like, oh, a city. They can't even let you have one city. Look what they have did. The Black Wall Street, all this stuff, destroying us constantly. Just though he humble himself, though he crouch it, yet take good heed and beware of him, that thou shalt be unto him as if it was, as it has wiped a looking glass. When you wipe it, and thou shalt know that his rust has not altogether wiped away. So you're going to be able to see it clearly. When you trust and when he just comes back onto you. These are the devils. This is the devil we're speaking of. This is Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. And you want to know they have to keep control because they're building an Edomite supremacy. They have to keep this privileged lifestyle for them to have control, to keep you on the bottom. Because not only is it, they have a perpetual hate for you, they can't stand you guys. So but they're going to use this system that now they can continuously keep you at the bottom. This is Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And that's what they don't do. If they had it, there will be more accountability of these crimes against our people, especially in Mississippi, which is one of the most racist states. And the reason why is because there's an area where Jake likes to stay. The Jake likes to be in the South, So that's why it's such a high level, and they like the good weather around Georgia area. And they're getting that. They're losing, and they can't have this system of them actually having an equal balance, because then they will lose. They're already losing the numbers. So they're taking your value of your vote. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not. And then, see, they're going to put a Jake in the face. It's like, well, we're doing this because we don't want to have a bias. Because now, look, they're trying to do this reverse racism. Now after this law, you just seen that now it's a law student, an Edomite law student, suing the black colleges about discrimination. And then it's gonna say that they'll say, we gave you affirmative action. You guys are getting control. You guys have these. This is what these people do. These are the devil. This is the devil we're speaking of. This is Jeremiah. Let me get it. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 7. Verse 7. And all, because this is everything. This is not our rest, people. Malachi chapter 2, verse 10. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 7. All that found them have devoured them. Their adversaries, he says, we offer not because we offend not because they have sinned against the Lord. So they're ultimately thinking that they're keeping in control, that they're doing the Lord's work. That they're literally, see, these Edomites are really think, I'm talking about these low-level ones that are fighting for the system, really think that you guys are beasts, that you guys are the destroyers and causing of all this. They said if we give a black-owned city, that it's just going to just go around and people, this is what these people think. This is how. But the Lord is going to confound this way of thinking of these people because they think we have sinned against the Lord and the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. See, this is what these people are. These are the devil. We continuously had a perpetual going into, because this is our energy of our people. They have changed into this mind. So now their shepherds and their leaders are these Esau. So they look to America for his government. So it's going on to this. This was qualifying. This was talking about how our people were judging that they got this so wicked. But now our like they're judges, so are the people. So now our people are in this Edomite mindset. So they're saying this is a good thing. These uppity niggas. This is Ezekiel, so this is why I'm just qualifying it. This is Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 29. The people of the land has used oppression and has exercised robbery and has vexed the poor and needy, yet they have oppressed the strangers wrongfully. So we put in these, even the common people are saying, putting forth that these laws should happen. This was talking about how hard people were judging, but our people now side with Esau. But ultimately, the Lord is going to justify it, because there is going to be a separation laws for it, because the Lord separated. The Lord had his own Jim Crow laws. He had them because look, these laws and statutes, these were not for everyone. These are these laws that the Lord put forth for. He put it forth for the wicked, but he put it for our people. This is Songs chapter 47, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, and his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgment, they have not known him. Praise ye be the Lord. So the Lord set up laws, his own laws, that were only for Israel. Because you know why? Why? Because the Lord separated. These Jim Crow, that segregation, the Lord is a separatist. Look what the Lord said. He put forth laws for us so we can be over the nation. Because why? This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people, which means separate people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people above the face of the earth. So the Lord put forth laws and privileges Israelites can only have. And in the kingdom, there's going to be privileges that Israel is only going to be able to have. And we're going to be able to judge. Do you think there's going to be any Edomite judges? No, they're going to be in slavery. They're going to be in slavery. All the judges on the earth are going to be Israelites. They're going to be, because that's what the Lord promised his people. That's what the Lord promised us. That's his people. He said, bear with me. Matthew chapter 19, verse 16. Actually, I'm going to start way down. I'm going to start up at 28. And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye have followed me into the regeneration with the Son of Man, shall sit at the throne of his glory, and ye shall sit upon the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And every one that forsaken his brother and sister, well, this is just saying they're going to get everlasting, but more. But our people, the people that forsaken, they're going to be judging the whole world because the heathen are going to go into slavery. So there's not going to be no election. The Lord is already doing his election, which is, so Israel, you can't be mad that these people are not given it because the Lord put these punishments on us. Said, oh, he put these certain laws upon us because we were a special people. Then why are we in slavery? All right, so let's answer that real quick. This is Amos chapter 3 verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. So that's why we're only getting punished right now for our laws. But these people, because they're going into slavery, the Lord, he dealeth with us as sons. But to these people, he's not. And then how are we going to judge? He said, we're still getting off. Well, that's what the Lord, beautiful Lord, going to be the chief judge, what he did this for us. When the Lord's going to write these laws for us that we can judge properly, because right now we can't do it. And that's why we have to go through this hell, and that we needed Yahushua, the true judge. This is Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 33. But I'm going to go to start at 32. Not according to the covenant that I have made with their fathers in the day that I have took them by the hand and bring them out of the land of Egypt. So those laws that he gave us when he took us those lands, those laws were only for us. So they're kind of like us for segregation, which my covenant they break. Although I was a husband unto them, said the Lord. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with their house, with the house of Israel after those days, said the Lord. And I will put my laws in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and I will be of them a God, and they shall be to me my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for they shall know all me, for the least of them to the greatest. So that's why he said he was going to make his people a nation of kings and priests. We're going to be judged and putting forth these laws, these new segregation laws, the righteous, separate the holy people from all the other nations. And then the wicked are going to be building our kingdom, and we're going to destroy them. So we can't be mad about these situations or even trust into him, because of course he's going to use it. They said the instruments of a true man are evil. They're going to use all the techniques and all the things they need, because our people they hate us. But that's why we probably went in captivity, captivity, because our people have no knowledge. But the Lord is on a real separation in this world. And those laws we're going to put forth, and we're going to be judging the 12 tribes in the nation. So with that, I want to give all glory, honors, and praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash, the water Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai. Shalom.